Welcome guys, this is going to be a tutorial on how to make a responsive side menu from scratch. So let's get right into it. So this is a side menu by the name. When you click on the home button, you get this, so you can toggle between the home, the blog, the book, the dashboard, the product, the YouTube. So this is a side menu bar I made using HTML and CSS, and this is the close button. So making this in a free menu from now. Stick to my channel. Let's get right into it. So guys, as you can see, the HTML file here has been linked to the CSS file. It has a link to an external Photoshop file also. It has a link also to an external JavaScript file. So on the body tag now, we'll be creating the side menu bar, the close button, the image, the content of the side menu bar, also the open button. Let's get right into it now. So working here with div. So div is gonna have a class of, it's gonna carry a class of sidebar. Also, we're having an ID of my sidebar. So we close the div now. Now on the div now, this is the side menu bar itself. So on the div now, we're creating the close button using the HTML link. So we have href. Then we set JavaScript void to 0. That is, the page should not reload when we close the JavaScript button. I mean, when we close this side menu bar, the page should not reload. That's the meaning of JavaScript void 0. So we set the class of the close button. So we set the class here, not CLSSS. We have the class here to as close. What am I typing? We have as close button, and also we have the JavaScript file that we function that we close the page as on click. So when we click on this, what should happen is what we set in our JavaScript when we get there. So we have on click button. So we close this now, and also add the HTML element for the close button, which is a times. That is an secret character in HTML. So we close the link, and also add the break there. We close the link and also add the break. So work next on the image. So the image is going to be centralized. So using the center tag in HTML, then writing our image. So our image is going to carry a source of logo.png. So if you have a logo, you can just add it to that. So I saved the file already as logo, so I just typed in logo.png. So I need to remove this. So logo.png. So we set the width to 100 pixels, and also set the height to 100 pixels. The height also to 100 pixels, and we close that image. We close that image tag now. So also okay, we close the image tag, and also close the center tag. Close the center tag also. Okay, we have, and also close this. No. So next one now is working on the page content itself. So we've done the close button, added our image. Now the page content also is gonna be JavaScript link. HTML link rather. So we have href. Since we're not adding any external link, we leave it as blank. So yeah, we're adding the images, the icons for each word with the I link. So we have I class. So we have this as fash for so for the first one we have is home. So we're adding the icon of the home. So the first one we have here is home. So we close that I tag. So we have home, and then we close the A button. So we just need to let's add a break here also. Let's see. Let's add a break tag here also. So simply duplicate this and get the rest. So let's take this and copy this and just paste it. 4, 5. Let's paste this as much as possible. So we have this. So we have let's close this. Okay. So the next one is we have blog. So yes, we have blog. So spell letter B. We have blog here. So on this page now we have the blog. Next we have the books. So here we have book. So on this page we have books. So next work on add the dashboard. as we're adding a user. So we're adding a user. So here we're going to name is dashboard. Dashboard. So we have product, and then we have YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna be using the word product on. So if you want to know how I made this font awesome file, you can check out my video on font awesome tutorial for beginners. So you can check that out. That's available on my channel. So this is product. So this is product, not product. So we have products, and lastly we have YouTube. So we are adding name here as YouTube. So I haven't done that now. We need to work on the now this is the side menu bar already as created. So we'll just close the div here now. So we work on the close the div with a close tag. So next one is the open button. So it's gonna have another div for the open button. It classes with a class of, let's say, main. So we have, okay, no, there's an error there. So we're just gonna wipe this off. So we have main. So on the main body now, or let's create a closed div. Then on the main body now, we're gonna have the open button as, we're gonna use a button here. So we have the button. We have the class of open button, and so we also have an on-click event here. So we have on-click as we have open button also. As a clicking as open button. And the open button here is gonna be an escape element also. We have the ampersand $9776. So this is a side menu bar escape element. So that's 3 dashes, 3 dash. That is just it. So we have that. So we have, can close the button tag now. So we have the button tag closed. So this is the HTML part of the side menu bar. So I believe you got this. So let's get right into the CSS file. So guys, this is the CSS part now. So here I'm designing designing the file, designing the side menu bar now. Let's get right into it. So for the body, we added the background color with an S code of B76768. So that has been pre-saved. So we set the width. As 100%, and also set the height. Not F height as also 800 pixels. So I'm doing that now. So we're working on the sidebar now. So using the ID tag of my sidebar, I'm going to be adding the CSS file to this. So first of all, we'll add the height. So the height here is going to be 100%. That is to full page length. That's not that, to full page length. So when the sidebar opens, it's going to be open to a full page length. So we'll set the width to 0. That is, it's going to be enlarged with JavaScript. So we'll set the width here as 0. Then automatically it displays in JavaScript with the width set when we click on the open button. So we have the position as fixed, that it doesn't move with the scrolling of the page. Then we have the Z index as 1. That is, it stays on top of the page. Then we have the top as 0. Then we have the left also as 0. And also the background color here is gonna be white. So the background color here is gonna be white. Then we have overflow X. That is, horizontal scrolling is gonna be hidden. So we don't want to see horizontal scrolling. I also set the padding top as 60 pixels. That is the padding of each element from another. Then we have the transition as 0.5 seconds. Okay, we have transition as 0.5 seconds. So we're done with that now. Moving on to the next one now. Moving on to the links in the sidebar. That is the links in the sidebar. So I'll do with that. So the link is going to have a text decoration of none. So they're going to have a text decoration as no underline of the text. So as none. So we have to use as none. We have the padding for each text as 15 pixels. So we have this as none. So 15 pixels for the bottom. So we have 15 pixels for the bottom. We also have 30 pixels. We also have 32 pixels. So this is the shorthand form for padding. So this is top, right, bottom, and left. So this top, right, bottom, and left. So we have this as 32 pixels, not 332. So we have the font size. Font size as 60 pixels. We also have the color as black, and we have the display. How is going to be displayed? So we have the display as block. It's going to be displayed in block. Then we have the transition. So it's going to be display as block. And we have the transition again as 0.3 seconds. So we have 0.3 seconds. So that is for the links. So designing the when the links are being hovered on top. So this is what we're going to have. So we have the sidebar. So when the link for the hover of the link. So when you hover on the links, so this is what's going to come up. Like this, when you point your mouse on the link. So this is going to come up. So we increase the font size by just a pixel. So that's 10 to 61 pixels. So it's going to be an increment in the size, like a pop-up. So 61 pixels. So we have the background color we changed also to white. We have the background color changed to white. I mean, not white, rather it's white already. So background color changes to the color of the main page as B76768. So we have the color of the text itself as white. So automatically swaps color from black to white and from white background color to the main background color. So now moving on to the sidebar close button now. Design the close button. So we've designed the body, designed the links in the sidebar. Now design the close button, that is the X button now, inside the sidebar. So inside the sidebar we have the close button. So we have the close button inside the sidebar. So designing that now. So set the color of the close button also to be the color of the main page. That is the color the page is carrying, B76768. So set the position for it as absolute. That is stays on top. Absolute. We have top as 0. Then we have the right as 25 pixels. So 5 pixels to the right. Then we have the font size for it. Font size as 50 pixels. And also we have the margin left. That is shouldn't be too close to the body of the sidebar. So margin left as 50 pixels also. So also design the close button now. I mean the open button rather. So we're done with the close button now. Let's work on the open button. So on the open button now, we have the open button. So here we have the font size for the open button as we have the font size as 100 pixels. We have the cursor type. That is when you point on the open button, cursor should be a pointer. We have the background color of white, and the color of the text itself should be the color of the main background, that is B76768. Then we have the padding for it, padding of 10 pixels and 15 pixels. That is top right and bottom left. So we have border. It's gonna have any border. We have border is none. So we set border to none. Then we set the float to right, and also we set the margin right to 20 pixels, and also the margin top also to 10 pixels. The margin so we have the margin top also to 10 pixels. So we save that and move on to the JavaScript part of the sidebar now. Let's get right into it. So guys, now on JavaScript file of the side menu bar now. So here we'll be invoking the function. We're invoking the functions for each of the close and open button. Let's start with the open button for now. So open button function now. So we're calling out the function for the open button. So yeah, we're going to use the document object model. So we have document.get. So we have document.get element by ID. Element by ID. So we have we're targeting the my sidebar, because this is what we're going to be opening. So we have changed the style for the width and also the margin left. So we change the width for the body to 30%. And also going to copy this and do the same thing onto for the main. So also for the main. So on the main page now, we're going to be shifting the main page. So shifting the main page, the margin left. The margin left. Okay. Margin left of that is 50 pixels. So we're going to use this function also to close down the sidebar by changing the values for the width and margin left to 0. So we copy this and paste it and change the values here to 0, and also the value here to 0. So we save this now. So when you open it, we change it also to close. Okay. Yeah. So we save this now. So and also on our HTML also some corrections on our HTML. So on the HTML now, on this font awesome file, this is gonna be brand, not solid, and also YouTube is a brand. So we change this to B and B. So button, you can see what I have. Okay, YouTube is not showing and product not showing. So let's So simply we have this now. We have the logo and we have the close button. So you can see now. So we are done with this. So simply you can recreate this on your own when you're less busy. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, share the video, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.